thing is, I really do try to make the lessons interesting. It's not my fault the Louisiana Purchase is so boring. I mean, it's my job to drill the information into the heads of the students, but none of the brains will accept the information because they're so bored by it. Hell, I'm even bored teaching it.
What?
My class is boring? Did you hear anything I just said? My class is boring, my students are bored, I'm bored teaching. Gosh, teaching is so much work. Why do I do it again?
Money. Small amount.
You know I'll be okay, you know that, right?
Yes. I wasn't worried.
Of course you weren't. Why would you be? How was your morning? You never answered that before. You just let me talk and talk and talk.
You never asked.
Well, I am now. How was your morning?
My morning was fine. Pretty normal, I guess. You know, I lit salts on fire and the kids gasped at changing colors. I acted way more excited than I was. And I watched the same video so many times, I think I've memorized it. Did you hear about Lena and Patrick?
The sophomores? No, what happened?
Well, Patrick accused Lena of sexual harassment, and she got suspended because apparently he had witnesses come forward.
Where did you hear this?
High schoolers have not learned the art of whispering.
Wow, that's big. That's bigger than who's dating who or who failed what class. That's like really big.
It's like real news.
Wait, do you know what actually happened?
I wonder if something really, really bad happened.
What do you mean?
Like, how bad was the harassment if it's true?
Was it like she hit his ass or like worse?
I don't know. I'm not sure I want to. I mean, she's a straight A student, loved by all the faculty and the student body. But everyone's different outside of class.
Yeah, but at the same time, everybody loves Patrick, too. Honestly, I just don't think a girl could ever do that. It's more of a guy thing. You can keep talking. I just remembered one thing I have to finish for my 6th period lesson plan. Please, continue. What do you think? It's no secret you always have an opinion.
Okay. So, I don't know what to think either, but I do feel like this wouldn't have been such a big deal if he just talked about the things that made him uncomfortable. You know, sexual things. I just don't want to think of either of them as anything less than I do right now.
Do you know what the majority of the students think? I mean, if anybody would know, it would be you.
Well, I checked Lena's Instagram when I first found out and became curious because someone would post a public opinion or something.
Wait, you could get fired for following a student on social media. You know that, right?
Yes, of course. Which is why my niece follows her and lets me look at her page whenever I want. Anyway, one of the students who goes here has a poll going, and my niece checked it, and it turns out that even though everybody always says go with the victim, most of the student body thinks Lena didn't do it.
Yeah, that makes sense, because girls just don't do that kind of thing. You know? It can't happen.
Well, no, it could happen. I just don't think it happened in this case.
Now that is really big news.
What's really big news?
Oh, that thing between Patrick and Lena.
Oh, the thing that happened between Patrick and Lena. I was just gonna ask you guys if you'd heard about that. We haven't had anything this big happen at the school since I can remember.
Where did you hear about it?
Overheard students whispering. Of course.
Why weren't we told? Why didn't Ms. Barnsley just tell us?
I know. I mean, isn't it our business too? Like, we need to know why one of the students just stops coming for 2 days and why she isn't responding to her emails. Not even her friends. Well, friend knows anything.
We should have been told.
Okay, but we weren't. So I think we need to figure out what to do next.
Next with what?
Like, do we tell other teachers or not? Is it our responsibility to inform them? Because if Miss Barnsley isn't going to, do they need to know?
Would have made my class this morning a lot less awkward.
Why?
Well, this morning I did that thing where I read random names to answer questions, and I called on Lena, and there was about 3 seconds of silence before some student told me that she wasn't in school, and all the students thought that I don't pay attention to who is or who isn't in the class.
Do you pay attention?
Oh, no. That's not the point, okay? What are you looking at? It's just fruit.
Okay, so we know what happened and what the students think of the event, but what do the two of you think?
Wait a second, we know what the students think?
Yeah, that happened before you got here.
Oh, what do they think?
What I want to know is what do my fellow colleagues believe to be true? In other words, what do you think happened?
Honestly, I just don't know what to think, and I don't really want to have an opinion.
I think that we should always go with the victim because no matter what, the victim is not lying.
But in this case, we don't know all the facts.
Yeah, but no matter what, the victim is always right. Because they're so brave to come forward and tell the world how they feel, even when they don't want to. Also, we do know all the facts. She asked him if her butt looked nice and made him feel uncomfortable. She kissed him on the cheek without his consent. You did know this, right?
No. But even so, it does seem as though Patrick was pretty impulsive and had no hesitation coming forward.
Please, I don't think we should argue about something we don't know all the facts for. Also, how do you know these facts?
I overheard Miss Barnsley talking to Mr. Carter, whispering about, and I put the pieces together.
Why was Mr. Carter told when we weren't?
Because he's the guidance counselor and he needs to know this kind of thing. But we should argue because my view is right. Maybe Patrick didn't hesitate to come forward, but what he did still shows a level of bravery. He was bold enough to stand up for himself and tell the world how he was feeling. Good for him for breaking down gender roles too!
I just think that there might be more to this, more than meets the eye. That this is a little out of the blue.
I disagree completely. Just because something's unusual and defies gender stereotypes, that doesn't make it untrue. Just because a student doesn't like their grade on the test, that doesn't make the right answers wrong.
Just please let me explain. She's a great student and person from what I can see, and it seems like she would never hurt a fly. He doesn't like her, we know that much for sure, so it just seems like there might be ulterior motives here. Like maybe he accused her because he doesn't like her. Plus, we don't really know what is true and what isn't because we weren't told. It's totally possible that you interpreted wrongly what you heard. Anyone could when assuming.
Impossible. She clearly made him very uncomfortable, and that is the only reason he would have made such a harsh claim. He is not the villain here. I know the facts, the truth.
All I'm saying is that maybe she isn't the villain either. You know, everyone thinks they know the truth. But what is the truth anyway?